Jordan Allen, everybody.
Thank you. I tuned back there, but it slipped. So while I'm tuning, I up till December of last year, I fronted a band called Jordan Allen and the Bellwethers. That's Bellwether, not Bedwetter, Bell Pepper, Beltware, or Bill Withers. Those are all different bands. And I do have 2 kids, so I can tell dad jokes. So I'm licensed to do that. Anyway, we put this next song that I'm going to play out on a record called The Makings of a Man. That came out in June of 23. And this song, I used to live about 20 minutes outside of town. And so to go to Kroger was a family affair. It was a big trip. We're going into town. And eventually you pass every cow pasture and every Dollar General, and you don't really have anything else to talk about. So you start talking about things that you might not normally talk about. And my wife looks over from the passenger seat and she says, "Jordan, what if Holy Roller just meant that you was really good at rolling joints?" And we're all familiar with the term Holy Roller, maybe? Yes? Okay. Well, I said, "Well, Courtney, honey, what if it meant both of those things?" And I wrote this song here. Randall Johnson was a damn good man. He had a kind-hearted smile and a gentle hand. He was a deacon at the Marydale Holiness Church. He had the best shouting voice that you ever heard. Had a hell of an appetite, boy, he could eat every homecoming dinner. He was last to leave. He had a chill demeanor. He didn't have a care, but it wasn't all thanks to religion and prayer. He was a holy roller, slain in the Holy Ghost. Was a holy roller, rolling joints and getting stoned. He was the first to drop dough in the offering plate. Never skipped out early, never showed up late. The Lord smiled down 'cause he gave too many. He only missed Sunday service if it fell on 420. Now Randall wasn't always just high on a spirit. You could catch his buzz by just standing there. And the pastor never really let him handle any snakes. He'd get bit for sure. We all knew he was baked. He was a holy roller, slain in the Holy Ghost. Was a holy roller, rolling joints and getting stoned. Well, the day old Randall went on to glory. We all gathered round and we told our stories. He was a friend, a deacon, wild and free, a midnight toker and the child of the king. He was a holy roller, slain in the Holy Ghost. Was a holy roller, rolling joints and getting stoned. Was a slain in the Holy Ghost. Was a holy roller, rolling joints and getting stoned. Ooh. Thank you. Aaron and I play with a fella named Nicholas Jamerson in the same band. And we were recording a record with Nicholas called The Wild Frontier. And it was in February of 2019. And we were down there for, I think it was supposed to be from a Sunday to a Wednesday. And my wife called me on Sunday night, the day that we got there. It was about 11 p.m. And she told me that her grandfather had passed away. And, I was recently full-time in music, and, she knew I had a job to do and that I couldn't come home for a couple more days. And I just hated not to be there with her. She was pregnant with our first child. And so I went out back. We were staying with a songwriter who was making a record. His name's Levi Lowry. And went out on Levi's back porch, and I wrote the first couple lines of this song down. And I finished it when I got back home. And since it's become a love letter to her about how much I love her and miss her, and can't wait to get back home to her. And there's nothing like, getting to go out on the road and play your songs and meet all these new people and stuff. But, I have such a great support system back home, and I'm so blessed that I have so much to leave behind at home. And so I say all that to say, maybe you or your significant other, maybe one of y'all travels for a living. And if that's you, I know how that feels. It takes a special kind of relationship to do that. So this song's called Back Home to You, and it was off of a record that my band put out called Give My Love to Jenny, and you can stream that anywhere. Also have some CDs or novelty coasters, depending on whether you still listen to CDs or not. Tonight only, the coasters and the CDs are the same price. Some T-shirts as well. But anyway, yeah, this Back Home to You, it's off of Give My Love to Jenny. Sitting underneath the Georgia sky, I've got reservations in my mind. I could call you up, but that ain't enough. Telephones won't tell you how I feel. I'm tired of the same old damn routines. I'm broke from the cost of chasing dreams. Got a few more days, I have to wait till I get past this. But baby, when I do, like a bolt of flashing lightning on its way to meet the ground, like a cowboy on a cattle drive on his way back into town. Just as fast as these wheels will take me, I'll be doing all I can do just to make it back home to you. Lately I've been burying my pain. Yeah, it's on my body into disarray. And being miles away from you right now ain't helping, but I guess I'll have to deal. But I promise on the day that I return, I'll put into practice all the things I have learned, and we'll make the most of being close. There'll be no one that can keep me from your touch. Like a bolt of flashing lightning on its way to meet the ground, like a cowboy on a cattle drive on his way back into town. Just as fast as these wheels will take me, I'll be doing all I can do just to make it back home to you. I can't wait to put my car in drive and make my way up Highway 85. 'Cause like a bolt of flashing lightning on its way to meet the ground, like a cowboy on a cattle drive on his way back into town. Just as fast as these wheels will take me, I'll be doing all I can do just to make it back home to you. Just to make it back home to you. La la la. La 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 la. Thank you. Saying about trying a new song tonight that I've not played out. Okay. Just kind of feeling it out. I want to, but I'm a little scared to. I'm the world's worst at remembering lyrics. So if you see me closing my eyes like while I'm singing, that's what I'm doing. I'm deep in thought about what my next line is. I'm so. I also can't like look around while I'm playing because I'll be like, man, that's a cool shirt. Oh, so yeah. Well, this song, I watched this interview with John Mayer. I can't remember what podcast it was, but he was talking about how you used to be able to pick up your guitar and write a song about whatever's in the room. And I was like, that seems pretty simple. We'll give that a whirl. And my daughter and my son had been playing with this purple bucket. And it was in the living room. I picked up the guitar and wrote this song here. So I'm going to try to play it the best I can for you all. They say that purple is a royal color, but I don't think that's true. See, I done messed it up. I'm going to try it again. I didn't mess it up. Dang, I'm sorry. They say that purple is a royal color, but I don't think that's true. 'Cause when I think of the color purple, think of this girl I once knew. They say the yellow is a royal color, at least that's just what I'm told. There's a girl I know with the yellow hair, and she did me so damn cold. The color me surprised, she's no longer mine. The spectrum of light finally hit my eyes, and I see. Color me, color me, color me surprised. They say that red is an angry color, but I don't think that's fair. Took a girl downtown and she calms me down. She's got pretty red hair. They say that blue is a sad, sad color. That's hard to believe. Got on a blue dress, brings me happiness from my head down to my feet. So color me surprised, she might be mine. The spectrum of light finally hit my eyes, and I see. Color me, color me, color me surprised. There's a whole lot of hues on God's green earth. I've been learning them and loving them since the day of my birth. From black to white and in between. Sometimes you better look twice, 'cause they're more than they seem. So color me surprised, I made a mind. That spectrum of light finally hit my eyes, and I see. Color me, color me, color me surprised. Thank you. This song here, there's two different versions you can find, both under Jordan Allen and the Bellwethers. which, by the way, I put out my debut single under just my own name last Wednesday. It's called I Got It Bad. You can find it anywhere you stream music. But this song here, under Jordan Allen and the Bellwethers, we put out an acoustic version in 21 and then a full band version last year. And I mentioned both of my parents are from the southwestern tip of Virginia, Lee County. And my dad was the baby of the family by about 8 years. And so he had older brothers and sisters. And in the 60s, they moved out of town up to northern Indiana and Illinois to work in the steel mills. And my dad's not a songwriter, but he is a great storyteller. And driving through Lee County as a kid, and to this day, it's like you're getting, the history tour. And I've always appreciated that. I love hearing stories, anybody's stories, really. And so I can remember him telling me about on the 4th of July growing up, his brothers and sisters, they'd all come back to town. And, and he had one particular brother. He was diagnosed at an early age with what they call short man syndrome. And turns out when he drank, it got infinitely worse. And so my dad was sometimes responsible for going and finding him and bringing him back home. And sometimes he got to blame for the condition that he was in when he brought him back there. So anyhow, I was thinking about my uncle, and he's no longer with us. And just what was that like from his point of view? So I wrote this song, from his point of view. I think at its core, it's a song about going back home and drinking with your buddies that you grew up with. But anyhow, Lee County Liquor. I've lived in Indiana for too long. I moved up here far away from my home. Unfamiliar to say the least. I find my comfort in barley and yeast. Yeah, the Yankees up here have a funny way of speech. They make the sour mash a little too weak. Going back to Virginia on the 4th of July. Me and my buddies gonna light up the night with that Lee County liquor. I ain't nothing slicker. It wants it straight to the bone. Lee County liquor's a nice little kicker. Oh, it tastes like home. Gonna breeze into Jonesville just like John Wayne. Parade my GTO like a horse down Main. Me and Curly calling, staying up all night, drinking all our favorite bars. Gonna drink them dry. That Lee County liquor ain't nothing slicker. It wants it straight to the bone. Yeah, that Lee County liquor's a nice little kicker. Oh, it tastes like home. My little brother walked through the door. He said, I finally found you, I can't take it no more. You're coming home with me and you ain't leaving my side. But he ain't taking me without a fight. I miss that Lee County liquor. I ain't nothing slicker. He wants it straight to the bone. Yeah, that Lee County liquor's a nice little kicker. Oh, it tastes like home. Yeah, that Lee County liquor ain't nothing slicker. It wants it straight to the bone. Yeah, that Lee County liquor's a nice little kicker. Oh, yeah, it tastes like home. Ooh, 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 ooh. Thank you. This next song will be my next single, Under Jordan Allen. It'll come out March 12th. In October of 22, I got the opportunity to play at the Listening Room in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. There was one there for a while. There's also one in Nashville. And so anyway, my mom and dad, they bought tickets, and my brother and his wife, and they bought tickets. They bought a ticket for their little girl, and we had my wife and my son and my daughter. They all came, and it was a good night. You know, they all came to the show, and I had to work the next day in Virginia, and I had to work the next day in Mount Sterling, Kentucky, and I can remember leaving to go to Virginia on that Saturday, and they were all going to Dollywood. And I remember my daughter crying because she wanted me to go with them. It didn't make me feel good. And, you know, I sacrifice a lot to get to play music. But I feel like, you know, my family sacrifices even more. And they didn't sign up for that. But they're always so supportive. And so I wrote this song a couple weeks after I got back from that trip, thinking about all that. And the song's called The Curse. Whole family packed up and drove 2 hours south to hear me at the listening room in some old tourist town. My folks booked us a room down at Whispering Pines so we could all catch up and spend some time. But now I'm driving and it's 11:33. By the time that I make it back to them, they'll be asleep. I'd be lying to you if I said it didn't hurt. Everyone says what I do is such a blessing, but today it sure feels like a curse. Woke up that next morning and got our breakfast in. By the time I got settled, had to hit the road again. My daughter cried because she doesn't understand why daddy can't just be like any other man. And now I'm driving down Dollywood Lane, and I'm crying 'cause someone else will have to take my place. It's evident to passing cars that I am feeling hurt. Everyone says what I do is such a blessing, but today it sure feels like a curse. Yeah, I missed it, the whole damn trip, just chasing a dollar. It don't make any sense. I could always make myself another dime, but I won't ever get back any of the time that I was driving away from those I love while they're crying, just missing Daddy's hugs. I'd be lying if I said I haven't wondered what it's worth. Everyone says what I do is such a blessing, but today it sure feels like a curse. Thank you. Can you read what I wrote on my napkin? I have the handwriting of a drunk second grader, so it doesn't help. Huh. I don't know. Let's improvise. Yeah. What are we looking at time-wise? Cool.
30 minutes.
Great. Love it. Okay, cool. I'm gonna lighten the mood a little bit. That was it was one of those songs. Like I said, I'm from London, Kentucky, and that's Laurel County. And my brother worked this job when he was in college, and he told me I should work it because it's a lot of fun. It's called the Laurel County Board of Education Paint Crew. And in the summertime, they'll pay you minimum wage to get to trade stories with a bunch of old men and drive around county vehicles and throw smoke bombs out of there on main highways. They don't pay you to do that. That's a perk. But anyway, you'll weed eat and move furniture, and work closely with the custodians of the county. And my buddy Luke, he worked the summer before me. I skipped the first summer I was in college, and we did the second summer and the third summer. And that first summer I worked that job, he said, "Hey man, have you met Bud Light yet?" I was like, "Excuse me." And he was like, "Yeah, he's this guy. He's kind of crazy, but he's pretty funny. We might run into him. I heard he's working at the school we're working at." And I said, "Okay." So a couple days anybody seen Bud Light? Can we find Bud Light? I got to meet him. And we look on the football field, and we see a big old guy, and he is riding that lawnmower and just singing to the top of his lungs, and we flag him down. And he said, yeah, I heard you play guitar, man. You got to come down to my house in Bald Rock, and we'll have a good time. There'll be all kinds of women and all kinds of beer. It'd be great, And I'm like, this guy sounds crazy. We got to go hang out with him. And so I convinced a bunch of them to go down there with me, and it was just him and a 30 rack of Bud Light. That was all for him. And that's how he got his name, because he could drink a 30 rack and still, you wouldn't know it. He'd just walk and talk like normal. I seen him do it. He's still around. He's still drinking beer in Bald Rock. I actually talked to him a couple weeks ago. But so anyway, we are hanging out with this guy. We're like 19 and he's like 45. He's telling us about snake hunting and all this, just living the good life out there. And I'm just loving it. I love hanging out with people like that. And so anyhow, I think the rest of the guys lost interest, but I had a soft spot in my heart for this dude. I don't know why. He loves few things in life. Mark Martin, the race car driver, he has a door, like a race car door of Mark Martin that's signed hanging on his wall. He loves the Kentucky Wildcats. He loves Prince and Leonard Skinner. And he's probably the world's biggest Leonard Skinner fan, and I had only heard the hits, and so he's like, "Hey man, you ain't heard She Gator?" That's all I can do is write about it for anybody that likes Skinner. And I was like, "No, what's that?" And so he's like showing me this and telling me how Ronnie Van Zant wrote, Saturday Night Special, and I'm just like taking it all in, and I became a top 0.05% listener of Leonard Skinner on Spotify last few years. He really influenced my music taste, and kind of went on. You get into Skinner, you get into Allman, and it's a big rabbit hole. And but if it hadn't been for him, just being himself, my music would probably sound a lot different. And I thought about that one day. I'm like, that's kind of crazy, really. So I decided to write this song as a tribute to my friend Sean Gooden, and I'm making him famous everywhere I go. That's what I tell him. Tell everybody about you, man. But this one's for my buddy Sean Gooden, a.k.a. Bud Light, and you'll hear a little bit of Curtis Lowe in it. In 2014, I was young and lean, working for the county school. Giving North Middle a nice facelift, a bunch of kids using power tools. Well, my friend said, "Man, have you met Bud Light?" I said, "Buddy, I don't drink on the job." He said, "No, I'm talking about a real life man. That's what they call him, but his real name is Sean. I swear it is." Searched that campus from east to west, looking for legends of custodial kind. After 15 minutes, well, I gotta admit, thought my buddy really lost his mind. But off in the distance, we saw a big man on a John Deere and giving it hell. Right away, I knew that was him. We flagged him down and introduced ourselves. He said, "Come on down to Bald Rock, have a cold one on me. Might cost you gas to get there. Once you do, the entertainment is free. I heard you pick the guitar, bring that with you too. Well, howl at the moon all night long, singing Skinner while the ladies swoon." That's all I had to hear. We had nothing to fear. I knew that man was gonna treat us right. We swapped phone numbers and I got the directions. We headed down 192 that night. After 7 kiss you buck curves, we started to wonder what kind of mess we had got into. But I reminded them all that we were headed for greatness, and all the promises he made were true. He said, "Come on down to Bald Rock, have a cold one on me. Might cost you gas to get there. Once you do, the entertainment is free. I heard you pick the guitar, bring that with you too. Well, howl at the moon all night long, singing Skinner while the ladies swoon." Yes, sir. Looking back, he delivered on most of them things, but I never did see no girls. But I think that I'd be lying to myself if I said that he wasn't the most entertaining man in the whole world. I'm thankful that a path crossed. I think about him most every day. It seems like not so long ago I could still hear him say, "Come on down to Bald Rock and have a cold one on me. Might cost you gas to get there. Once you do, the entertainment is free. I heard you pick the guitar, bring that with you too. Well, howl at the moon all night long, singing Skinner while the ladies swoon. Well, howl at the moon all night long, singing Skinner while the ladies swoon. Thank you so much. I'm going to do this one I wrote with my buddy Michael Litton. I've been married since September 2nd, 2017, and so I don't get a lot of inspiration for breakup songs anymore. But you got to kind of start finding them in weird places. And there's a friend of mine that I grew up with, and we just kind of lost touch in college. And looking back, I just think that neither one of us were good communicators on our feelings. And communication is really important. If you value a relationship, you need to communicate as best you can, in the good and the bad. And I know that now, looking back. But I was passing through the town he lived in, and I called him up, and we had coffee. And I just had the thought, like, man, I should have called you back then, and things would be different. So then I was writing with my buddy Michael, and I was like, this is going to sound weird, but I want to write a breakup song about this dude. And he was like, okay, let's do it. We just framed it, like it was a breakup song, but it's really about my good friend who I wish I hadn't lost touch with. The song's called I Should Have Called. You were young, and I was too. We couldn't lay your differences down. We had the pride of fools. So you lost me, and I lost you. But neither one of us can shoulder the blame, 'cause when you're kids, you do all that you know to do. I should have called. I should have told you I was wrong. I should have put you first. Wouldn't have this hurt. Maybe you wouldn't be gone. I should have read all the way to your front door. I should have knocked down on my walls. I should have called. Just this week, we both sat down and we shared a cup of coffee and talked about life now. We had some laughs about good nights, and I finally got the nerve to tell you what I should have said all this time. I should have called. I should have told you I was wrong. I should have put you first. Wouldn't have this hurt. Maybe you wouldn't be gone. I should have read all the way to your front door. I should have knocked down on my walls. I should have called. I know I'm $1 short and 10 years too late. Oh, but I'm getting better at dealing with my pain. I should call. I should have told you I was wrong. I should have put you first. Wouldn't have this hurt. Maybe you wouldn't be gone. I should have ran all the way to your front door. I should have knocked down all my walls. I should have called. I should have knocked down all my walls. Honey, I should have called. Thank you. Yes. Cool. That's good. I was like, oh, I'm gonna pick it up, and this is the one I wanted to play second to last anyway. So it's great. I got two more. I want to say thanks to Jane Vonderheide for having me here tonight. Thank you so much. So hospitable to Aaron and I both, and thanks to Aaron for getting my foot in the door here. I appreciate him. I don't like following Aaron, so I'm a little mad at him, but he's great. And him number 29 is one of my favorite songs ever written of all time, and so it's good to get to share the stage with Aaron. Lindsay and Gary. Lindsay running the camera, Gary running the sound. Thank you guys so much. And thanks to all of you guys. It's really cold, and you guys blew me out of the water. I'm so thankful that each and every one of y'all are here, so thank you guys so much. This song's coming out in May. I wrote this song with a guy named Ben Wagner, and he said, I got this hook. You can hear the wind howl and the dogwoods bark. I said, that'll hunt. Let's do that. And so I felt really blessed to get to be in that right, and just went and recorded it in November, and features Aaron on the fiddle. And so, yeah, fun little tune called Dogwoods Bark. I've had people tell me it's too quiet out here without the hustle and the bustle and sirens in their ears. People like the nightlife and going out on the town. They're taking all of that good stuff, just drowning it out. Ooh, song sold as time. Ringing in the wild. There's a symphony playing when the crickets start singing after dark. And if you care to listen, you can hear that wind howl and the dogwoods bark. Surprised what can be said, saying nothing at all, or the things that we hide from inside our concrete walls. You can only make it so far, severed from your roots, if you want to take in that moonlight and just kick off your shoes. Ooh, songs sold as time. Ringing in the wild. There's a symphony playing when crickets start singing after dark. If you care to listen, you can hear that wind howl and the dogwoods bark. on, slow it down. Here with me, let that precious sound set you free. Songs as old as time. Ooh, ringing in the wild. It's a symphony you're playing when crickets start singing out the dark. If you care to listen, you can hear that wind howl and the dogwoods bark. Thank y'all. It's going to be my last number. I just want to say a big round of thank yous again to everybody. It just really means a lot to Aaron and I. I do have some merch over here. If you'd like to check that out, I'm sure. Thank you for that. Hope to see y'all out at another show. That'd be great. This song here is called Been So Long, and I wrote this song a little bit after I turned 26. I just turned 31, but for whatever reason, 26 was weird for me. I think it was because I got kicked off of my dad's insurance. But in all seriousness, it was my first birthday as a father, and I feel like you start thinking a lot more about things that you do and the consequences that your actions are having on your family. And that guy knows. So yeah, I was just thinking about all that, and I think after I wrote it, I realized I wrote this song to remind myself of who I was. And I'm a husband, I'm a father, and I'm a brother, a son, a friend, but most importantly, I'm a child of the one true King. His name is Jesus, and try to carry that with me everywhere I go, and it's the most important thing in my life. So anyway, this song's about remembering who you are, and I hope there's something in this song for you. Thank you guys so much. My name's Jordan Allen. You've been awesome, so thank you. 26 hit me like a freight train. It's a funny thought, but that's just how I feel. Never quite been one to dread a birthday, but lately I wish time would just stand still. It's not so much the thought of getting older, but more so as I've grown, I've realized that I cannot give anyone the Spirit if I myself am living out a lie. So going forward, I am trying to be a better man. I'll start singing like my mama sings front row, walking like my daughter's walking by my side, speaking like I'm speaking to my granny, and living like my daddy lives every day of his life. Lord, it's been so long since I've sang my song on the road, just how I do when I'm at home. I'm sick and tired of feeling so dishonest. Lately I've become somebody I can't stand. Just because I ain't playing in my hometown doesn't mean I shouldn't act just like I am. I put these childish ways of living down and be a man. I start singing like my mama's in the front row, walking like my daughter's walking by my side, speaking like I'm speaking to my granny, living like my daddy lives every day of his life. Lord, it's been so long since I've sang my song on the road, just how I do when I'm at home. Like a broken 45, like the wandering Israelites, I've been skipping here and there, pretending I'm alright. I wanna sing just like my mama's in the front row, walk just like Audie's right there by my side, speak just like I'm speaking to my granny. I wanna live like Don Allen lives every day of his life. Lord, it's been so long since I sang my song on the road, just how I do when I'm at home. 26 hit me like a freight train. It's a funny thought, but that's just how I feel. Thank y'all so much.